What's up, man? It's your boy JMIK for another edition of All 22. In this particular episode, we're going to talk about the AFC West, and we're going to go offense and defense. So I'm going to start on offense, man. Obviously, you have your quarterback. Obviously, the best quarterback in the league, Patrick Mahomes. He's been considered that for the last couple of years. He's going for the three-peat this year. He won the last 2 Super Bowls. So it's a clear pick to me. I don't think it was, any question about it. Running back, I'm gonna go Isaiah Pacheco. There are some good running backs in this division, but I feel as if he's the best runner in this division. In his running style, I like how he uses his feet, like real choppy. He's able to change direction, pretty easily. So that's the guy I'm gonna go with. Wide receiver, obviously Davante Adams. In this generation, he's one of the best to do it. There's just little to be said about him in terms of that. Next, I'm gonna go Rashee Rice. I really like Rashee Rice's game. I think he's gonna build upon the season that he had last year, and I think he can even be better. In terms of that offense. So I really like Rashee Rice a lot. The third wide receiver, I'm gonna give the Denver Broncos some love. I'm gonna go Cortland Sutton. A lot of people may not view him highly, but for the role that he plays on that team, and I really like what he does. So I'm gonna go with him. Tight end is a lot like running back, man. This guy is considered one of the best tight ends in the history of the game. So I'm gonna go Travis Kelce, man. I don't think there's much discussion needs to be had on that. Next, I'm gonna go left tackle. I'm gonna go Rashawn Slater. He's been a stalwart on that Chargers line for the last couple of years, and I think he's really, he's like one of the better left tackles in the league. Next, I'm gonna go Joe Tooney. Also, he's one of the best left guards in the league. We drafted him with the Patriots. He's performed well in KC, and he's really done a good job. At center, I'm gonna go Creed Humphrey. Creed is again one of the best centers in the league, and it's it's not much discussion on my end that he's the best center in this division. Next, I'm gonna go right guard. I'm gonna go Trey Smith. Trey Smith had a pretty good year last year. So I just have to go with him. And right tackle, I know he's a rookie, but I'm gonna go with Joe Alt. I think Joe Alt has the potential to be really special in this league, and so that's what I'm gonna go with. On the defensive side of the ball, at edge, I'm gonna go George Karlaftis. D tackle, obviously Chris Jones, the best D tackle in the league once Aaron Donald retired. At the other D tackle, I'm going Christian Wilkins, coming over from the Dolphins. He plays a lot of snaps and he makes a lot of impact plays, so I didn't think there was much a discussion there as well. At left end, the boy Max Crosby, who has a motor that just does not stop. I love watching this film, and I just love watching him play because his motor is just never ending. At the linebackers, I'm going with Khalil Mack. He's getting into his older days, but he's really still effective, especially rushing the passer in the 3-4 scheme or being even the 4-3 scheme. The next linebacker I'm gonna go is Nick Bolton. And then the last linebacker, I'm going to go with the kid from the Raiders, Devon Diablo. He had a really good year last year, and I'm looking forward to seeing him doing the same kind of things that he was doing last year. At the corners, obviously, Patrick Surtain II, who's a legacy player and who is one of the top 2 or top 3 corners in the league. I have him at 1, but a lot of people put him at 2 or 3. He's a very talented corner. I expect him to have a better season than he had last year. That's what I expect out of him. At right corner, I'm gonna go Trent McDuffie. Trent had a really good year last year, and with the Chiefs corner room changing up a little bit, he's gonna have to take more of a leadership role in that back end secondary unit. So I look forward to that from him too. At strong safety, I'm gonna go Derwin James. Derwin is just a constant performer, and for the Chargers in that secondary, and I just expect more of the same. And at the other safety, I'm gonna go Justin Reed from the Chiefs. And that pretty much rounds out my all 22 for the AFC West.
Welcome back to Round It Up. You know what I'm saying? We doing this for the Red Zone fam. You tuned in for another all 22. We're gonna give you my all 22 plus 2. Plus a few more. We got those special teams in there, but the all 22 for the AFC West. We're gonna start off with quarterback. Do I need to say more? Come on, it's number 15 out of Kansas City. He might be the greatest quarterback of all time. And running back, this was a little tough. There's been some movement in that division, in that conference, excuse me. But I had to settle in on J.K. Dobbins. Definitely. You know, my boy out of Rutgers, Isaiah Pacheco, had a real good opportunity to be the representative at running back, but J.K. Dobbins has a resume, man. I mean, and he's been doing it for years. He gets hurt, he comes back, he produces. So I had to throw him in there. And wide receiver, this trio, I would find it hard pressed to lock in any other three here. Devontae Adams, Cortland Sutton, and Rashee Rice. Now, maybe you could sub Rashee Rice out for somebody else, but Rashee Rice is a rookie last year. He had 1,000 yards. The man can work in the slot. He can work out wide. He's physical. You know, he takes on tackles. He's got a great set of hands. He runs inside. He runs slants. He runs the go route. He can come back and catch the football. Tons of talent. I like Rashee Rice a lot. Got to be careful behind the wheel, though. But that's another story for another day. All right, let's get to the trenches. At left tackle, well, we're just going with the tackles. I got Rashawn Slater and Colton Miller. Two of the best in the business. Definitely a star-studded pair out of this division. That's a very, very good pair of tackles right there. On the interior, we're going to go with Quinn Miners out of Denver. He's definitely a very, very good guard. And then we're going to take 2/3 of the best interior offensive line in the league. Creed Humphrey and Joe Thuney. Those guys are studs, all pros, they're all world. Them guys are all world. On the defensive side, this is another good group. Going right to the trenches, Max Crosby, Khalil Mack, Chris Jones, and Christian Wilkins. That is as good as a front four as you're gonna find in this league from any conference. At linebacker, I went with Nick Bolton and Robert Spillane. There were some other directions I could have gone at linebacker opposite of Bolton, but I just think Spillane on a Raiders defense that not necessarily has a ton of, you know, names that everybody recognizes. I think Robert Spillane did a lot last year to stand out. He's been solid for that team, and gotta give him some love. At corner, we're gonna go with Jack Jones. I was gonna go with Sante here, but Jack Jones is really, really good with New England. Got into a little issue. Went out to the Raiders out there in Vegas. Had a pick six on Mahomes last year. Jack Jones is one of them ones. He's definitely tough. Of course, you got to go with PS2. Patrick Surtain might be the best corner in the league. And then Trent McDuffie, his work speaks for itself. Trent McDuffie is one of them ones. Lines up inside, outside. He can cover quick guys. He can cover big guys. Doesn't matter. He's not afraid to stick his nose in there and get nosy with the run as well. Safety. Went with Derwin James, obviously, and Trayvon Morey. Again, the Raiders do not have a ton of household names, but that's as solid of a defense as you're gonna find anywhere. They're very, very good, and Coach Pierce is gonna have a good time tightening those guys up and unleashing them. And the season is a couple days away, folks. At punter, we're gonna go with A.J. Cole, one of the top 10 punters, one of the best punters in the league. Kicker, I mean, come on, guys. Harrison Butker, you may not like his views, but he's still one of the best in the game. I'm a Bills fan, so trust me, I know Harrison Butker is like that. And that kick returner, I wanted to go with Marvin Mims here, and I wanted to go with Darius Davis, so I settled on both. You can pick either one. Both those guys are explosive. They change direction very, very quickly, and if you miss, it's over. They're gone. So that's my all 22 for the West, for the AFC West. Shout out to DC. Shout out to Red Zone. Shout out to the team, and definitely shout out to Round It Up. Tune in, folks. Later.